Hey, real estate besties. Today is Tuesday, and around here, that means that we are answering your burning questions. Now, I don't care if it's about a deal that you're working, just a question on how to organize something in your business, or if you just want to dish with your good real estate bestie, I am here to answer your questions. Now, if you have a question, head on over to rosemarylewis.com/ask. And you will be able to leave a voicemail and I will answer your question on the podcast. Let's get into our question for today. Hey besties. Okay, for today's Q&A, it comes from a realtor out of Tennessee. Hey girl, hey. And she said, okay, I need to figure out how to set boundaries with my clients. I have one client in particular who will call me every 5 minutes, 24/7, even texting as late as midnight. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to be available to my clients, but this seems quite excessive. How would you handle this situation? So listen, first of all, I completely empathize with you. And I think that when I have had situations like this, I had to realize what my messaging was. Okay. So for instance, when I first got started, I would meet people and say, I'm always available. You can call me 24 hours a day. You know, I am going to be so accessible to you. I am here, here, here. And while, yes, you want your clients to feel supported and know that you are going to be available, somebody is going to take you up on that 24 hours a day rule or that 24-hour a day statement if you actually present yourself like that. I even think about my husband, y'all. I had to kind of tell him, because he's that type of person, like he works late into the night, and there will be times that he will be sending his assistant messages, and I would tell him like, dog, like you cannot be texting this girl at 11:40 at night talking about X, Y, and Z, because everyone doesn't know. Like even though he didn't necessarily expect a response, I was just sharing with him that we have to have some boundaries. In that case, that was with his employee, but in our case, we are being hired by our clients. So how do we have those boundaries in place? So one thing that I have learned, and I've preached, and you have heard me say this 1,011 times, is that a lot of times, a lot of the tough conversations that we need to have in our business, we need to have them during the initial consultation before the problems even arise, so that we condition people on how to treat us. Now, I do want to say this though, because it does annoy me when I call agents voicemail and they're like, hey, this is Tina. Thank you so much for calling me. I can be reached at this number between 9 and 5. If you call at 5:01, expect a response from me the following business day. Oh, and also don't call me on the weekends. Like that kind of feels a little bit abrupt, but Tina got some boundaries. Okay. So how do we demonstrate, or how do we communicate our boundaries without sounding like we are unavailable? So literally during my consultation, I will just pretty much set up the expectation with my clients of what our communication is. Okay. So if you're listing with me, hey, you can expect that, we are going to touch bases at the minimum once per week, but I really work to like get you feedback as I receive it on any showings, open houses. You can expect to hear from me. I'll share feedback from you there. And then I kind of I almost make a joke out of it. Like, hey, and you know what? Feel free to call or text me anytime, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I definitely am early. Like I literally go to sleep early. I kind of shut down a little bit around such and such time. So if for whatever reason you happen to reach out to me after this time, just know that I'll respond back to you in the morning when I'm back up and going. A lot of times people respect that, right? Like, hey, if you call me after 8 or 9, that's kind of family time. I start to shut down for the night and I really can't hold my eyes open. But when I get going the next day, I will give you a call back or a text back. I find that when I do that, and I do it in a lighthearted way, and that is literally a part of every consultation that I have, I set that expectation, then I don't have that, right? And then here's something else too, and everybody not like this, but this is why I am such a fan of attracting the right clients instead of prospecting anybody, because I find that my clients are really, really respectful of my time. Like to the point where sometimes I gotta be like, you can call me, right? Don't just send me a message like, I know you're so busy. I don't want to bug you, but no, you like, I am open book. And I let them know, even in those situations, like, listen, girl, call or text me anytime. If for whatever reason I'm asleep or I can't get back to you, I promise you that I'll get back to you right away. But I never want you to feel like I'm not accessible, because I am accessible. So I think that is a way to, establish your boundaries, but also show your flexibility. And then this is something I had to learn too, though, right? Because there may be a time that I am up and I do have my phone in my hand and somebody will send me a text at 9:23. I may have to show restraint to just, unless it's a pressing matter. And newsflash, most things at 9:23 at night are not a pressing matter for your real estate transaction. Most things. Some things are. But if it's not a pressing matter, I make sure that I leave it on unread, and then I just go back and I look at it in the morning and I respond in the morning. Because now, even if I have set the expectation that, hey, this is when I go to bed, or if I don't respond, but now I'm going back and forth with you at 10 o'clock, I can't be mad tomorrow if you push the envelope and text me even later, right? So I think that part of it is definitely looking at our own behaviors, right? So like, for instance, if you tell your kids don't eat in their bedroom, but every day they see you eating pizza in your bed, eventually what we're doing is we're giving them permission to do even the thing that we said that they shouldn't do. Same thing with our clients. So I hope this was helpful, girl. And for anyone else who has a question, you can always do what she did. Just go ahead and DM me on Instagram. I'm Rosemary the Realtor. Or if you want to leave a voicemail, which is always fun to hear your voices and your questions, it could be anonymous, or you can just say who you are. Y'all, it is so cool and it's like easy. Go to rosemarylewis.com/ask in order to do that. Okay, talk to you soon.